G4 Studios, Scotland. All is to It's time for the third podcast.
Hello and welcome to Leathered Halloween special. Ross, commendable. You always knock it out of the park.
If you can't beat them, join them, eh? You know what I mean? I've got a new MMA hero. I've not even put my fucking headphones on. What am I doing? I take my hand off.
We hope you're well. We just sat down with Chris Duncan for this week's open mat. Brilliant again. We've got to say it's brilliant, even if it was shit. But it was very, very good.
The feedback's been great as well.
Aye,
I'm glad people are enjoying it.
We've just released this last week's there, which was with the doctor, Sam, and same again, getting loads of love for it. The podcast is going from strength to strength. And if yous are wanting to see more of something, less of something, just let us know. Just put it in the comments, man. We're for the people.
That's it. We're here for you. You like watching. We like doing it.
Aye.
I've nothing else to do on a Wednesday now.
So what was happening this weekend? Any?
Was there fights of that? My new hero was fine. Just a big Shara bullet. We'll get to him.
Right, on you go. You lead the way. You lead me. Let's see where we're off to.
But do you want to? Are we doing like the MMA podcast or like what have you been up to in that?
Just training, mate. In a bit of that training. You ever heard that? Wee bit of wrestling, wee bit of old striking. Feeling good. Feeling shit also. It's one of the ones where it's like, well, I know what you should do. You should run your life in less calories than required. It always makes you appreciate this pillar. I meant to move this pillar when Chris Duncan was talking to me, and I was like, I'm not going to do it. Get the fuck. So, running your life on less calories than required is shit, but actually being in the gym is brilliant. Like I feel like I'm flying. I say it every single time. One of the best camps I've had, if not the best camp, through the roof with regards to heart rates nice and low, power output's great. Just added a few little bits and bobs into previous camps and made them better.
Are you happy though? The main like morale is good.
I'm very happy.
Because when when things are feeling good, I think that can. For me, I've had that in the past where I'm like, fucking something bad happens in training. I'll tell the actual story. I got fucking front kicked by you when I went to shoot and dropped in sparring. Don't know if you remember it. No. And I was like 3 weeks out for a fight, and I was just like, fuck this. I'm never doing MMA ever again. Like it just. Something bad can happen, and because you're got so many stresses, but it's good that your morale is still on point.
Yesterday I was
feeling positive.
Yesterday I was a little bitch.
Aye.
Yesterday was one of the days, where I was just moaning at everybody. So I moaned at Dale Middleton because I was like, you could have fucking had that submission. And I went, you let it go, and he went, no, but I didn't have the
on you.
Aye. Right. He was like, I didn't have the position, and I was, but you fuck. I was like, hey, what are you doing?
I've never seen you act like that before.
I know, like just something just clicks.
How do you know what a fucking choy bar is like?
Aye, because you've never learned it. Aye, like because I just showed you there and then. I'm like, you don't know fucking head. But you get that. You do get like that during camp, and
it's a lot of pressure as well, mate. I don't think people are appreciating. It's weird how I keep hearing Bo Nickal's name pop up and know yours, but they're not actually talking about Bo Nickel fighting. They just talk about him in like generalities, like. I know we're going off on a wee tangent here, but like Hamzat wrestling at the weekend, people are like, Bo Nickel had beat him wrestling. Like, what? Like, how come? And then I don't know if you listened to Trump on Rogan. And
I've seen that Joe had asked him about the UFC, and he said, "I like this kid Bo Nickel."
Aye, but that's
obviously going to try and come to his fight. It's that All-American in it,
captain of the football team.
It's smart for him because he's obviously
leaning into the All-American guy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
Right?
As you should. That's cool. Still going to get triangled. Yeah. We'll still get a picture with Trump after.
Oh, how cool.
Would you get a picture with Trump?
Fucking right, I would.
Aye, mate.
Like, the guy was in Home Alone. Home Alone 2.
It was big films. Big films. I don't get pictures with people really.
He's done a few wrestling stints as well, where he's fucking nailed McMahon and that kind of stuff. Did you know shave McMahon's head?
I shaved his head.
Right. So I fucking want Trump.
I listened to him on Rogan. I thought he was good. I enjoyed it.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Oh, it's long.
Is
It's
it
like 3 minutes. Mate, I fucking...
Do you think it's smart of him going on there?
Yes.
Because the people who listen to that, you're kind of securing their vote.
Not just that, mate. Like, politicians we should be sitting them down and going, right, tell us about this, and they're not able to like deflect and move on to something else or clip and edit and like preset questions or anything like that. That's the road. But well, Kamala Harris refused to go on. She said no
for that reason. But then you think about the way that politics in America and the UK has ran for years, where it would be on like national television or CBS or one of these big networks. Who watches him now?
Nobody.
Where are most eyes are on your phone through things like podcasts, through these wee shorts. So how many shots would they have pulled for that?
Well, YouTube have been stopping you being able to search it.
Have they? Why?
Censorship. This commie bastards, mate.
Wow.
That's the problem.
So I think Rogan actually put it out on his Twitter because of that. Or
did.
X, I should say. Because he said it was being censored.
So if you go onto that right now, you're going to struggle to find this. Is this right?
I don't know now, but there was allegations made that they were being unable to find. How many views is that? I can't see fuck
40 million. Holy.
In 4 days, 10 million views a day. That's a couple of views, That's
fucking good on you, Donald.
And then there's Spotify on top of that and whatever other streaming platforms. So,
but I think it's the clips. It's the wee short little bursts, because unless you're a Joe Rogan fan or a political fan or you're interested in the way the economy's going at the moment, you're not going to tune in and watch it.
Or you've got fuck all to do for 3.5 hours. Do you know what I mean? It's also long.
The vast majority of people are going to be like, well, I'll look at this clip. This clip's brilliant. And they'll have a lot of clips.
I enjoyed it.
So Rogan tweeted about doing it with Kamala, and he said they agreed to it, but he had to fly to her, and he was only getting an hour, and he actually just refused that. He went, "Nah, I want it in my studio. I want it like to be my podcast, and I'm not doing it." So it's almost like he's he refused a podcast with the current vice president of the US. So like that's kind of showing the power Joe Rogan might has.
Aye, Joe Rogan should have that power. He's
power to the people, man. He's one of the guys who's putting out unbiased.
I would say unbiased. He has opinions.
Biased.
He has opinions.
Content.
Unedited content.
Unedited, because it's not unbiased, because he obviously, whatever his narrative is, then he can steer it down that route, can he? What's your thoughts on bump, and then just keep taking her down this road until she gave him the information he wants?
That's what I would do.
Aye, so that was my weekend. Also had the old Biffy Clyro.
Aye. How was it?
It was fucking good, man. Like, genuinely, blank sky. So they done 3 nights.
After you slagged fuck Oasis, eh?
Oasis are pish. Did I tell you I get tickets?
You're going to take some heat for that, by the
Oh,
way.
aye.
So you have got tickets for Oasis?
I have got tickets through Doug the Thug. Doug the Thug sorted me tickets.
Just to confirm, Doug's no longer a thug. Lost thug status.
He still gets it's brilliant. I love it.
Since he got the Oasis tickets, I'm reinstating his thug status.
So went and seen Biffy. They done 6 nights, 3 nights in London, 3 nights in Glasgow. They done their first 3 albums. Some songs had never been played before. Only managed to get 2 nights of the gig, but it worked out fine because the Friday night, my favourite album, was Sparn, so I couldn't miss Sparn for it. It was amazing. Like, I stood in that crowd as a fan. I'll tell you about trying to get into the venue, right? So I'm standing in the crowd as a fan, and Ben messages me, and he's like, I talk to him regularly. That's the drummer for the band. He's a fan. He enjoys MMA. Now, I know I could hit him up and be like, can you sort me out tickets? But that's no part of my deal. My deal is I'm a fan of this band. I'm not going to be like, can you get me tickets? I want to go.
I bet you love it when people do it to you.
Like, I wouldn't put people under pressure. Like,
no.
But he can get tickets. I know he can, but I don't want to do that. So, messing back and forward, I stood in that crowd for the first 2 songs and I had a tear in my eye. Because it takes me back to a time. The album's probably about, if I was 14, I've listened to this band, 15. It's a long time to spend with a band. And I've obviously got tattoos of the band. I've got skateboards of the band. I've got so much memorabilia from this band. So standing there in the crowd with a tear in my eye, listening to these songs is like, it was fucking incredible. But I know you're thinking, Greg, you're thinking, Paul, were you intoxicated? Are you now part of the LGBTQ community? No,
I'm not allowed to call. I'm on bail on this. I'm not allowed to call people gay. So you know.
So I was. as I rock up to the Bar of Lands, I'm coming through, and the guy says, "Can you come over and give me search?" I says, "Aye, search away." He searches me. He pulls out. And says, "What is this?" And I says,
"Grow up, you fool."
I'm like, a vape. And he goes, "What flavour?" And I said, "Fruit." And he goes, "What's in it?" And I says, "I don't know. I don't make it. I wasn't being a prick." My partner's there and she's looking at me saying, "Don't fucking waste this. You wasted Giants Live. Do not fucking waste this." And I said, "Can I have it back and go?" And he says, "I need to speak to my supervisor." They hold me for like 5 minutes, right? Supervisor comes down, an absolute little pube, right? He's got one of the beanie hats on, but it's got a skip hat at the front. Black, like everybody's got an image of him. He's a fucking pube. And he asked me the same questions. And
he was a black guy. His hat was black.
His hat was black, but it was one of the black hats with the rims. You know the ones I'm talking about. So it's a beanie, like a Tammy. Like a Tammy with a fucking rim.
Why would you wear that, mate?
Yes, come on, man.
Why would you?
You're no early 2000s or in a fucking rap band. Come on. So the guy,
that's awfully silly.
Aye, so that's what he's rocking. So both guys turn their back on me, right? So I walk forward and I shit you not, the guy puts his hand directly in my face and says, "Stop right there, sir." And there's a point where it's like me, myself, and Ideen, you know, but it's like, nah. And I'm like, now the guy's maybe like late 40s, early 50s. Like, you're like, you've never been fucking punched in the mouth for posting a hand in somebody's face. Same again, partner standing there and she's like, "Don't fucking waste this." I'll let him take. Because I'm like, right, you know what? This is fucking Biffy fucking Clyro. I'm not going to miss this. I apologise to the guy. I said, "Sorry." And then step back. He then goes to me, "Can you let you in with this? This is drugs." And I says, "Oh, is it?" And he goes, "Aye." And I says, "Right, I'll go and take it and I'll put it in my car." And he says, "I can't supply you drugs because that's me supplying you." And I'm like, "What shit are you talking? You just took it off me." So I'm like, I just bring it down, man. Just bring it down. Just bring it down. I said, "It's all right. Listen, you're just doing your job. Have a good night." And I walked away. I was like, there was a point where.
So you didn't go in?
I went in.
Aye.
I went in because I was like, I'm not going to fucking waste this gig. If this had been Oasis, I'd have fucking nailed him. I would have went for him. But the fact that it was like Biffy fucking Clyro, I just said, "You're right. I've got drugs on me anyway. I'm going up there to eat them, so don't worry about it."
The security industry is so fucked.
So I got
these absolute choppers.
Like, mate, you're a grown ass man in your 40s, 50s, and you're giving me shit about taking drugs. Go fuck yourself.
I'm zero tolerance on drugs at my work. Like,
so
nah, I'm not.
I didn't let it waste my night. I enjoyed it. I went home. We all had a good time. Woke up the next morning, beasted it in the gym Friday morning. Pad work, sparring, runs, everything was great. Saturday night, my man Craig comes round and watches my daughter as he's trying to watch the UFC. My daughter's fucking dancing about the living room.
The weirdest one.
Aye,
Yeah.
she's,
Well, obviously you're
she's having a rare out there. Yeah. So the same again. Go to Biffy Clyro, watch them do the third night. Drugged out my tits. It was fucking brilliant.
Drama free.
Drama free.
Lovely.
Drama free.
Did you see the fucking shit hat guy again? No.
The what? Shit hat.
Shit hat.
I did. Like, there was some memory that said, "Don't spit in his face."
Aye, when you're leaving.
When I was leaving,
Bath!
I was leaving this Saturday night, and I'm going out, right, and I'm like, "Do not spit in this guy's face." There was something in my head that said, "Shite bag," and there was something else that said, "Don't do it." Shite bag, don't do it. And I was walking by him, and I was just like, "Fucking leave it."
If this guy's listening, look right into the camera and give him a wee message, Paul. What you say?
You're a fucking loser. You're going to spawn fucking losers. You've came for fucking losers. Get a grip of yourself, mate. Wasting somebody's night. You never wasted this guy's night.
I'll be honest, that was strong, by the way.
Aye.
Wasn't
See, the thing was, it was a brand new vape with cannabis in it. I'd never used it, and I was like, "Oh, I'll try this. I've taken a wee Eddie Fleming, and I'll see how this goes."
Well, the person that maybe gets them for you is probably listening. So, mate, I'll give you a wee shout.
Give me a shout. So
security boy's just smoking your vape right now.
he's like, "I'm a loser. You're the fucking loser." So that was my weekend. But fucking, I fell in love with these songs again.
Lovely.
Like, I love music, always have loved music. And this band have just blew the tits off me again.
Good time to have it as well.
Aye.
Like you were due a wee, what's the right word I'm looking for?
A wee chill now.
A wee treat,
Like, I still work hard.
What did you say there?
I just seen that hook. Like, I'm forgetting you've got that one.
Listen, mate, show some respect, all right? Lost his hook. Lost his hook, lost his hand. Could have been an inning.
Don't wipe your ass. And then I watched the UFC on the Sunday morning. It was a good old show, wasn't it? I started for the top, worked my way back. I'd pretty much seen all the outcomes. Heartbreaking.
It was. Wasn't it like, do you know, it's probably one of the best shows we've had for a while.
So,
but the outcomes, all the bad guys won. Just going to say it. Going to say it, mate.
They did.
All the bad guys won.
In all fairness, it was stacked for them to win anyway.
Aye. Well, young Renat here, Baldy,
right?
He got mauled. And then they gave him the decision.
Did they?
I mean, like, he got paggered, eh? Greg, he got smoked.
So I never watched any of the prelims. Like,
I only went back and watched this fight because of what I'd heard about it. But
right.
He did not win this fight.
Nah,
he didn't win the fight. He won the decision. The Brazilian guy, Leal, was his debut as well, and I'm sure it was short notice. So what a performance for him, and I hope he does get another fight because he absolutely deserves it. Good,
man. It's horrible when, especially right now, we're having a lot of nonsense with judges. It's a difficult thing to judge a fight, but there's just so much.
Mm-hmm. I think
there's just so much happening at the moment with regards to, it's fucking shit.
I think the problem with it being the first prelim fight as well, and where it is, and the fighter they gave it to, everybody was just straight off the bat going to go, that what you're doing today, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's just, I think...
Did they spin that guy? Did they bin that judge off?
I don't know.
No, he done another couple fights. I don't think it was as bad. His name was Hadi Muhammad Ali, so I don't know if it was a hometown favourite.
You think so? Could have been.
He doesn't.
Possible.
He doesn't sound Russian, bro.
No.
What you try to say?
Definitely old points to the sky guy.
Like myself.
Aye, so any other good fights on the prelims?
Bruno Silva didn't look great. I think the commentators were saying it just looked like he didn't want to be there, and he's confirmed it since then. He put a post saying that his mental health was pretty fucked, and he didn't want to fight. So
welcome to the
he
UFC,
got beat up.
I did see Big Ninchechu. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the heavyweight division, mate. That was what was it? Curtis had been out for a year, is that?
Aye, Chris Burnett was.
Chris Burnett.
That was his first fight back in 2 years. I think he was coming off an injury, and his wife had also died.
Fucking hell, his wife had died.
I'm sure.
And when
Wow.
did they get Spanish fucking citizenship? I assumed that guy was American.
Because he's fat.
Mm.
Aye.
But I looked good. I know it wasn't a lot to go on, but I think that's probably Kennedy's weight.
Did you see Chris Barnett possibly getting injured?
With
The Bruce Buffer intro?
The jump. We've seen him happen to what's his name as well, T-City, didn't we? When he jumped and just about blew his knee out.
I think Johnny Walker done it to his shoulder after, went to do the worm and fucking dislocated his shoulder. Why would you just smack your body off the canvas? Kennedy was my other, it was between Shara Bullet and Kennedy for my costume today.
Well, I'm glad you went Shara Bullet. And I think pretty much the podcast is glad you went Shara Bullet. Any good victories there? 3-round decision, quick submission, 3rd round?
That was quite a back and forth fight. Towards the end, it looked like Magomed was maybe losing, and then he managed to pull it back. So that was a good fight.
Whose back was it? I seen covered in all the spots.
That's Carlos Leal, the guy in the first fight.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Like his back looked fucking like Braille, like just covered in spots. Now I'm not suggesting that, and he could just have like some sort of acne in the back. But hey,
As a fully grown man, eh?
I seen this fight. I think this was the first fight I'd actually seen. As usually just come in. What an eye!
So you'll not remember, but I remember me and Sean were training, and maybe me and Adam, but anyway, he was cutting weight for a fight on the Saturday. On the fucking Wednesday, mate. He was in there with a sauna suit on this, because we were on one assault bike and he was on the other, and he was in there sauna suit on, doing sprints on the assault bike, intervals, and then he was just like lying on the floor. I'm talking fucked it. Lee came up and he was like, no way is he fucking trying to start cutting weight now to weigh in on the Friday.
In this guy's favour, he looks better with an eye like that than his eyes actually close together. Aye, that deserves fight the night, didn't it? It was.
He's tough, that guy, mate.
Aye, both are tough.
Aye, for sure. I think he's going to do well. The caveman. He's got an unpronounceable name.
I seen Jeff Neal as well. He looked great, but RDA didn't want to be there, did he? I know his knee went, didn't he? But I don't think he wanted to be there.
Up until that point, I think Jeff Neal was looking very good.
And
I know there's no much to go off of there, but
his
was
strength
looking
looked good. His strength looked very good. It shows you just the difference in being a top 5 guy to being a top 15 guy and all this kind of
I
stuff.
think it's just miles on the clock though now.
We RDA.
Lot of fights in the
What
bank.
age is he?
And especially, see, coming from Brazil, mate, you start off with a fucking, you imagine how he was training back when he started 40.
Mate, come on.
And imagine how he was training back when he started training.
Aye, the way the Wild West is.
Every fight, every spar in the gym's a fight.
These are two boys that look very similar, who both go to Turkish barbers. That's they're both, see when you go to a Turkish barber and they've got the pictures outside, that's what you get.
Both married to mega fat English lassies.
What version of the Turkish guy can I get? Give me one. So that's 1 and 2.
There's my man there. It's happening. Big Shara.
He is the ugliest fucking guy I've ever clapped eyes on, honestly, man.
Well, you can say that about him because he's not allowed here. So you're never going to bump into him in the civilized world. But
I seen that he can't fight in the US because he's only got one eye.
No, he's not allowed to travel.
Because he's a fucking
reprobate. Aye. He can't get USA, UK, or France for some reason. I saw as well. France didn't want to give him a visa
because he's a bad guy.
Do you think Donald Trump, if he becomes president again, that smooths out those issues?
I can't see it.
No,
because they done it with Darren Till. Darren Till told a story where he was stuck at the embassy and he wasn't getting let in. It was for a fight, and he was talking to Dana about it, and Dana went, "I'll sort it." Dana phoned Donald Trump, the head of the embassy came down with Darren Till's passport and was like, "Oh, we're sorry. There you go." Put him on a jet and he was into the country.
I guess it's slightly different if you're Darren Till in comparison to this fucking creature.
I think Darren Till's probably a bit of a rocket. I think he probably likes a bit
More of
more.
a rocket than this guy.
I mean, probably not. Nah.
This guy looks like a villain. This guy is your
He is a bad guy, yeah.
quintessential villain in any Bond movie.
Aye.
Like-
He's the Bond villain's like heavy.
Aye,
And they
like
send him out to get you, eh?
he's no the.
Send Shara bullet.
He's like the guy. He's like your final fight before you fight the boss.
Send your top hitman. It's Shara bullet.
You can't say he's not impressive, but
Ah, he's great,
Aye,
mate.
all the Russian Dagestani boys are very, very impressive. Yes. You got a wee VT for me?
I tried to drive the day with this eye patch on. It was so hard. Imagine trying to fight.
Aye. Is this Tekken?
Aye, so people are comparing his knockout to Tekken, then they've done an actual side-by-side that is genuinely a move from Tekken that he's pulled off.
I mean, that Tekken game's probably just come out where he lives. You know what I mean? It's got it on his Christmas list.
Is he Russian or is he from Dagestan?
Let's see where he identifies as.
Where does big Shara bullet healthy? He's right. The guys are producing some of the best grapplers and some of the best MMA fighters we've ever seen.
He's not got the usual Dagestan style though.
Because he's ginger.
That's true.
Because striking wise, I know. But then when you think about what's his name? Ankalaev, who doesn't have that style either. And then we had Murphy
Lerone
versus Ige,
Mm.
and he still remains undefeated.
Good win for him too. Big name. Dan Ige's a big name.
Mm-hmm. Does it do anything for him in the rankings apart from just move him up a little bit? It doesn't put him in that top title contention.
Has it changed that much?
I can't see it making him like, oh, he's next in line. It's just like, yep, you're. And then we then had 11. So
11,
he moved up one
getting up
space.
there.
See what I mean? So it's not really changed much for him. You taking that off?
No, I just lifted it so I could see the screen. See, trying to see anyway, one eye.
What
Like,
did you think of Ankalaev?
I think if he goes out and fights Pereira like that, I get fucking battered. To be totally honest, I felt Rakic. All that got Magomed the decision really was he just kept storming forward, just left hand heavy. I thought Rakic was doing the right thing, stepping back, heavy kicks. But Rakic actually landed more significant strikes than Magomed Ankalaev, statistically. So,
Do you think that Ankalaev didn't shoot for a takedown to kind of prove a point almost?
Aye,
to be like,
definitely.
right, I think I'm confident in standing up with Rakic, so I'm going to do it. And they'll think that I'll do that with Pereira to get me the title shot. And then if he does get a title shot, he'll just be like, well, I'm just going to take him down now.
that is smart. That would be smart to do that.
I don't know if he's a big takedown guy. He's got it in the arsenal, but I don't think he's this Russian Khabib grinding style. I think he likes this stand-up.
Do you think
But-
he considers himself a kickboxer?
I do. But I agree with you in thinking if that's the same guy that stands in front of Pereira, you're going to get a left
You'll
hook.
get bluttered.
You'll
Eh?
get a left hook.
Like by
Or right hook in it, he throws.
saying
No, it's left. It's
Left
left.
hook. By saying Magomed go out and have a good fight against Rakic, like I think he was basically being told, you better get him out of there. And I'm not saying it was Rakic is good, obviously. Magomed was good. I thought they were, but I still felt like it was a measured performance. He didn't take any risks. He didn't do anything crazy. Like that Shara bullet's going out throwing mad shit. He's just going, fuck it, here we go. Like I think people want to see that. I think Magomed is just too safe, mate.
Well, that's why when you're thinking about how many fights has Shara Bullet had in the UFC?
Well, like 3.
3 fights? How many fights has Ankalaev had?
Aye,
And
fucking loads.
that's why we're no talking about Ankalaev in a title shot, and that's why you're like, well, Shara Bullet, if he was able to travel, wouldn't maybe be in title contention, that kind of stuff. They would be speaking about him, but with regards to being Russian at the moment, you're not getting into the USA. So
And Shara Bullet can be, he's like behaviour outside's pretty mental and he's causing bother and but at least there's some sort of personality outside. Like, what's Magomed Ankalaev up to the day?
does Ankalaev have social media?
Not that I know of.
I don't think he does.
I follow all the brothers.
Salam alaikum.
Aye.
He's got Instagram, but he's only got 980k followers, which for where he's from, that's a pretty
It's
small
ridiculous because all the Muslim fighters all get followed by all the Muslim community.
Aye.
So they're very like supportive of their own.
It doesn't.
People.
Like, I know you're saying that Pereira, and I agree, Pereera would flatline him if he
Fought like
performed that. Aye. Do you give him the title shot?
Nah.
No.
I just
And then
didn't
what
think
you gonna
there's
do?
enough
You're gonna
demand
pull
for it.
Pereira to where?
Aye.
Like, how's this title shot going to
Dhabi.
work?
Because that's what he was saying. He's like, oh, I'm only fighting if it's in Abu Dhabi. Dana was like, fucking not making any demands. I think they're going to want Yuri to fight Ankalaev probably. And I don't know. It's such a
But
weird
then
situation.
where are you going to have these fights? You can't have
I know.
a fight night every other weekend in Abu Dhabi.
I
I mean,
agree.
I'd love it because it worked well for us as
And-
fans.
And it's like, how often is Magomed going to fight? Pereira is like the most active fucking champion. What's wrong? The most active champion we've seen for ages. Like, you didn't want, right, say Ankalaev beats Pereira, takes him doing subs and get him out there, whatever, right? He goes on to fight once a fucking year in Abu Dhabi. Brilliant.
And then you've got another, what is it you call it, interim title cutting
Aye.
about. We'll let them fight for the interim title because my Ankalaev can't get
To
fighting
certain
in
parts of the world,
certain
or
parts
it's
of the world.
Ramadan, or whatever other excuse he uses not to fight.
I think Chimaev's excuse is the best.
But
He doesn't like flying. Flying makes him sick.
did you see who was in his corner? The fucking dictator of Chechnya's son.
Oh, was he not in it previously?
Yeah, he was in it for his last fight as well.
Aye, that's weird.
It's clearly no up to him.
Who is his sons get any background in MMA? Are they wrestlers? Are they fighters? Are they?
Background in fucking human rights abuse.
The only thing that I've seen from him is like videos of him training with Hamzat,
Aye.
where it's like he's fucking
Hamzat?
getting the better of
Aye,
Hamzat.
right.
Tell you what though, how good was Samzat, mate?
I like the fact that Hamzat's got a different flag for all the other brothers.
Aye. He's not allowed another one now, eh? What's it's going on? I don't know. There's some sort of weird. Is it today with his visa or something? Do you know about this? No. Anyway,
There's a visa issue.
is it no because he went to Sweden or something? He left Chechnya and went to Sweden. Something like that about him. I don't know. Maybe they'll be cool with him soon.
Be cool.
Aye. What did you think? Not what I expected.
When you've got somebody like Bobby Knuckles and you're smashing his face, but then he's come out and said
Grim.
that he's always had this issue.
Aye.
He's always. Am I right in saying this?
He
It's
said
been a.
there's been something with his teeth, like it happened when he was young.
He was a kid.
and they've just kind of never been like solid.
But then this guy's fought some of the best in the world,
Mental.
and this has never happened before. Come on, man.
Yoel Romero couldn't do that to him. Yoel Romero couldn't have fucking had him done.
Is there still some unanswered questions about Hamzat?
If you can survive that initial assault,
We don't know what's beyond it.
Aye. He went on to beat Gilbert, obviously, in a decision, but I think Robert Whittaker's a big step up for Gilbert.
Mm-hmm. But then looking at it, I think Robert Whittaker's the same age as me. Is he? I think you're not getting a young prime Robbie Whittaker, are you? 33,
33.
right? That's that fucking at the matter then, because he should just be coming into his prime. He's been fighting for I don't know.
He's beat Usman, he's beat Whittaker. I mean,
Same again, you're having this same issue again. You give Khamzat Chimaev the title, we see him once a year.
once
Right.
a year maybe.
We have like this
He's
superstar.
been very unwell though, hasn't he? He's had a lot of lung issues and stuff like that. He had problems, he got COVID, he was very unwell after.
He retired.
That's
He
right.
retired after he got COVID.
It was long COVID, wasn't it? He said he had.
I think so.
Mega problems with his lungs. So I don't know if he's maybe got that sorted now, but mate, I enjoyed the fight.
Mhm.
And like I saw a lot of people giving him shit for fucking.
It was some shot.
Oh mate, mine
The
was
actual, like,
on the ankle.
it was so low.
Aye. It was very good. I thought his performance was great. I've nothing against that type of heavy smothering.
No, I don't have any
Dominant
issues with
performance.
it at all. But it's still the butt. I still think there's unanswered questions. I don't know. I just think
I think he goes past that sort of 7-8 minute mark and starts.
I
I think that's what everyone says about the Usman fight. If that Usman fight was 5 rounds, then it was trending towards Usman pulling away, yeah.
But it wasn't. Kennan on the night. That's it, eh?
Mm-hmm. And his resume is getting better and better each fight. So,
title ready?
Is he title ready?
Title shot?
Aye, he is. You've got to gear it.
He could step in, eh?
Is he jumped the queue over Strickland?
I think he might, you know.
No, you give Strickland. I think the DDP and Strickland fight was closer than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was a open shut door like that. DDP beat him. I think there's still some unanswered questions there.
I agree.
Can 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗛𝗛𝗏 Chimaev get to South Africa? Could we have like an African card? Could we have that?
You can go on. He can go to South Africa. Eh? South Africa's part of that BRICS, eh? So them and Russia and all the countries are all friends. So that's cool.
That makes sense. Only if Sean Strickland beats DDP. What you're hoping for is DDP loses to Sean Strickland and Sean Strickland goes fucking hell for leather, what everybody knows and everybody's no one to say about 𝗟𝗄𝗧𝗏 and
says bad things about him.
Aye. Because he's a guy that doesn't give a fuck.
And he's American as fuck, eh?
I stay too close. They could kidnap me and I'm gone.
Oh, aye. 100%.
I don't want to get involved in this shit.
Aye. It's, aye. That would be decent.
You're probably already on the list after what you done to Clyro.
I'll just shave my top lip.
And you call yourself the Bear Jew, mate.
I'll just shave my top lip and call myself.
You know how me and the bro feel about those people?
The Muslim? Yeah.
The Muslim Jew.
The
Bear Slim.
The Bear Jew. the Bear Muslim. Aye.
I'll consult with the Imam about that name, bro. See what he says about it.
I'll just drop it. I'm no longer at no top lip, Paul Craig. Just back to Paul Muhammad. And then we had the main event. The heartbreaker.
Saddest main event in history.
Is it?
Aye.
Do you feel that way?
Oh, mate, I was actually like, I watched it at work and I was like, that's fucking ruined my night, by the way. I was honestly like,
last week, I was like, yeah, there's Topuria beat. I don't think he's that good.
It's pretty good, eh?
Aye, he's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's hard.
It's mixed so up as well. Good takedown. And like,
has MD ever done that to you, Holloway?
No. I don't think Holloway's even been dropped, has he? Did Poirier drop him?
No, there was Gaethje was the one who came closest. He put him like on his ass, but it wasn't even counted as an official knockdown.
Slip, wasn't it? Sorry, I got it. I was fucking about with my microphone.
Fidgeting.
Aye. Just heartbroken for wee Maxie boy. What do you do now with Max?
He took it so well to, you see his post, like, sometimes you're the fucking highlight. Sometimes you're getting the highlight finish. Sometimes you are the highlight finish. Do you just
let him keep fighting for the BMF? Let him do what he wants. Let him fight up. Let him fight down. Let him fight.
I think you go to lightweight now.
Do you let him fight Conor McGregor for the BMF?
Yes, I'm in. Give it to me.
Because Conor McGregor's got a victory over him.
Need a storyline, eh?
Aye.
Need a storyline.
Like,
I'm in. I'm sold already.
Aye.
I'd also like a trilogy fight with Dustin for Max.
To see if you can get it.
Mm-hmm. Because the first one was obviously at featherweight. The second one was at lightweight, but it was short notice for Max. I want to see the Max Holloway that fought Justin Gaethje fight Dustin Poirier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The thingy belt isn't actually like a belt that can pass, can it? It's not like there's
no like rankings for it, aye.
Justin Gaethje lost to Max and Max. They can just fire it in enemy, can't they? They can just be like, right, fucking Robert Whittaker's fighting MD, they want for the BMF. Am I right in saying that? It's not a belt where it's like
there's like contender status. No, you
it's
just
only
you just put your name in the hat, don't you? I like that.
Aye, still BMF to us, Maxie boy.
Like Kayla Harrison fight him.
But with regards to the victory, we have two winners. There's only two people picked, Topuria and 𝗟𝗟𝗏𝗏 and the route to victory. And the winners are Gary Adam and Greg Ware. All right.
It's not me.
McLovin.
Oh, that's brilliant. I thought his name was like Greg Ware.
There was also a guy that
Edited.
he posted his predictions like 24 hours after the fight and still got them
They
wrong.
were both wrong.
Did he?
Aye.
Good on you. What was his name? Do you have a shout out?
Loser will get two.
I
Mate,
can't
why
remember
did you
his
say
name, wasn't it?
loser? He's not a loser. Just one of them wins this fucking short.
So we're going to do a wheel spin thing, and have you got the wheel there? Right, get spinning. This is for the shorts. So this is winner. Greg and Gary are both on it. And here's your chance to win the...
See, if they
The
lived
Holloway
close,
shorts.
we could just have them come down here and have a square go.
Greg, you win the shorts.
Oh.
And Gary,
Got it.
you win the two programs. One from London, one from Dublin. So get in touch, drop us a DM, and we will send these out to you.
A pair of lucky laddies.
Aye. Enjoy. I'd love to see you wearing these shorts, just cutting about the house, doing the housework. You know what I'm saying? Like hoover them up.
With your dick hanging out the side.
So we've got a couple of ranking modifications.
So Chimaev has moved up 10 spaces. He's went from number 13 to number 3, and Shara has went from unranked to number 14. They're the two biggest ones that have changed.
Mm.
Aye, I'm down with that.
I think after that event there, one of the big discussions that's going on now is who is going to be male fighter of the year, and the discussion seems to be between Topuria and Pereira. I'd like to get your thoughts on that.
I think Pereira, just what he's done. He's a golden goose at the moment, isn't he?
Aye.
He's
Defenses wise, it's just too like
who's bringing the ice to the sport.
great fucking. I tell you what though, like see if you're an impartial. If it wasn't for the fact that Max Holloway was pure loved, you would have went. That was a fucking great fight. It was a great fight. I'm just sad Max lost, but like I'm not angry at Topuria winning. He was brilliant as well. So
And then you think Max at 55. You got the McGregor. McGregor rematch of their trilogy with Poirier. I'm down with that.
Is Topuria's next fight in Spain?
mate, I fucking hope it's no Volkanovski because Volkanovski might be lucky to live. Honestly, it's just, see, after seeing Topuria do that to Max Holloway, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if putting him in there with Volkanovski's cool.
Who else is in the top 10? You fire up that.
It needs to be Lopez, mate.
Mm-hmm.
In the Bernabeu.
And the thing is, right?
What do you think?
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
It's going to happen, I think.
I seen the Real Madrid player as well.
Sergio Ramos. What did you think of that? Because Craig had his thoughts on it. It was a wee bit too involved. Does that piss you off, that sort of thing?
No. Like, if you're a fan of the sport, or if you're a fan of the fighter, then I think it brings more eyes. If you're a
You should bring the Airdrie captain.
Sergio Ramos fan, if you're a Ramos fan and you're like, oh, he likes him, I'm going to check him out. So it's just opening up doors for people. Cross promotion.
It's smart.
I'm down with it, aye. You think Lopez?
Lopez, mate. Lopez was in the crowd too, but when you're bringing out Volkanovski and you're having a face-off and he's in the cage, that's pretty much all but guaranteeing next man to fight him is Volkanovski.
I want to see Aljamain Sterling in there with Topuria, or the winner of Sterling and Evloev, because obviously we know Topuria has very good grappling, but he's never had to use it, and either of those guys will test
We'll
that.
force it. When I'm looking at the top 10, I'm Evloev. Aye. He absolutely fucks up Rodriguez. I don't think Rodriguez looks beautiful and very good striker, but he doesn't have that power. That power was incredible.
Big hitter, eh?
Lopez is, he's very interesting. Like, he's a guy, maybe not this year, close at the end of next year. I would like to see him with the title, give him a wee bit more time, let him fight. Like, give him Max Holloway, give him that kind of like test.
Oh, I can't go through that. Give me Max Holloway, mate. Honestly, I never thought I'd take that so bad. I was just like, But you're right, and it eliminates us. No, eliminates a star, but obviously, I think Diego Lopez is building a good following.
That will
obviously.
they're building him, and people are liking the fact that he's taking fights in short notice. Doesn't matter who it is.
That's how I got in there. I was like,
Right.
who's this fucking guy?
Aye.
And just dives in there, and you're like,
Took him
oh.
a couple hours notice. Yeah,
Aye.
I'm in.
Aye. That's the type of guy you want to see.
I think he's still pushing. He's came out again and said that he's wanting an interim title fight with Volkanovski on the Sydney card in February, which I suppose you would kind of have to if you were Lopez, if you've just seen Volkanovski getting walked into the cage and facing off. So
That
he's
was
trying to do everything he can.
That was Lopez's moment though, to just jump the barrier and go, fuck this.
I'll make my own story.
I'll cut my
I
own
like
promo here.
Lopez versus Volk.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
I feel like after that, Topuria is going to be too much for Volkan. I'd love to be wrong, mate. I'm a massive Volkanovski fan. I'd love to be wrong, but I don't know. I like fights better when I think both guys could win. I just don't feel that way with Volkanovski.
Excuse me. So that was a breakdown of. Well, look at us, MMA guys. Love it. Fucking love it. And then you've got UFC this weekend, haven't we? Is it in like Canada or somewhere like that? Is it?
So obviously the last Canada show was a bit of a washout, eh?
What's his name? Brendan Moreno.
The wee fella.
Bazzi. And then, we've got Blanchfield and Namajunas.
Rose.
Oh, return of Derek Lewis as well. That's actually a good card. I don't know these boys. All these boys. All they boys. All they boys. All they girls. All them. Look at that guy's here. Why the hell is Jack Shore on the fucking prelims? I don't know.
Who's he annoyed?
Aye, who's he pissed off? Mate, does this guy for Ukraine know there's a war happening? What the fuck you doing fucking pissing about fighting for? Get your ass in the front line, son. So it's one of these cards where the UFC fire in a couple of big names at the top, get you in with the main card, and then the undercard is basically full of up and comers. And I like how they do it. I like the fact that they gave you a few different cards to bring you in, a few different fighters where you're like, oh, Derek Lewis is back, yes. You know you're getting a good fight with him or a slugfest.
Funny. You're getting some sort of my balls was hurt.
Aye, so
you know what I mean?
It gets people to tune in, and then these people on the undercard get to perform and showcase, and then that's how we build stars, isn't it? That's how stars are built.
These are custom Moreno shorts.
I do like them. What is that? It's called what is that serpent called? Kubla Khan or something like that? Or the feathered serpent it's called.
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl. Feathered serpent. My fucking knowledge is fantastic, isn't it?
That was impressive.
Do you know what they believed? They had to sacrifice humans to him
Right, obviously.
to stop him coming down and fucking eating them all.
Have they not just found like a new Mayan temple somewhere?
You watched it on
Have they?
Ancient Apocalypse.
No, Grant mentioned it. It's meant to be like bigger than Edinburgh or something like
It's
that. He said.
massive, aye. And then it's like but they basically would just round up all the other tribes and then sacrifice them all. The Aztecs, that's all they fucking did. And then the priests would eat you too.
Eat the heart.
A
can-
lot of cannibalism, eh?
I've got a nice glitch in the Matrix for the bonus episode for you.
Oh, really?
Yep. It's a good one.
I
I just
love
showed
them.
Craig up.
Mad how
We're-
there's just so many now, eh? Now you see. But they were bad dudes, the Aztecs, like.
Did the feather serpent eat them?
Nah.
So it must have worked.
Smallpox did.
I'm just saying the feather serpent did not eat them, so they must have worked.
The fucking
The size of the capital of Edinburgh, that's fucking huge.
mental, eh? But that's what fucked them all in South
So
America.
did aliens build this?
Nah,
that
no
temple?
chance.
Just human
Humans,
endeavour?
mate.
Fucking love
I
human
didn't.
endeavour.
I used to be right into the UFO thing for building this stuff, but I just think it's fucking people, mate.
Right,
They're
just Man, if they're waiting at actual tribes,
aye.
I'm sure they can build a fucking temple as big as they want it.
Just come here now, or we're gonna fucking sacrifice your kids in front of you.
Do you think there's a civilization that's been wiped for history that we don't know about that had more technology than we actually know about?
Aye, that's what I
Aye,
think.
I guess so.
And it's no aliens, but it is.
It was huge. I think it's like some sort of
Reboot.
aye, something happened. We could do it now. Mate, Ukraine and Russia could kick off properly, and Russia's got enough fucking weaponry to just turn the whole world to dust anyway. You'd be doing to however many fucking people living in a cave somewhere. So, restart.
Fair dues.
That boy who had his eye all shut, what's his name? The caveman. He's the last chance for human civilization.
What have we got here? Are these questions?
Yeah,
how
this is,
long's this?
We've got like
this-
10 minutes left.
Is this for the actual episode? Not moving over. Questions. Questions from the fans.
Well, it's becoming a nice wee weekly segment.
I like it.
So question 1 is from Jordy. Can the guys talk us through their post-fight day routine, win or loss? So what do you do the day after a fight?
You want to go first?
Chill with my kids, really. It's all I've ever done. I'm not big into going for like mad bevying sessions. And see, a lot of time, mate, you're tired, eh? And win or lose, there is a bit of a fucking hole.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a bit of a like, I get it now. So I tend to find, like I say, win or lose, the day after you're a bit,
Down.
not depressed,
It's-
but you're just low. You're just a bit like,
I'm trying to think. Like, so after it's predominantly been, feeling sorry for yourself.
because you're sore as well, mate. It's sort of drained, eh?
When I lost to Johnny Walker in Rio, I remember just trying to drink, just trying to numb, like you just booze. And I stayed out even when everybody left. I ended up just staying out and just being with myself. And that was the same in Vegas when Brendan Allen beat me. The same sort of situation where you're just sitting and you're just like feeling sorry for yourself because you put
I mean,
so
I was
much.
like, well, then we'll go home again. Like, we'll go to the shops and get some chocolates and we'll go up the road.
You put so much effort into something and having it taken away from you without the outcome you wanted. There's always the outcome of a loss, but that's horrible. And even with Baralho in Brazil, it was the same, man. Just alcohol.
It's mad because you, like you say, you do know it could happen. And there's kind of 50-50 chance it's going to happen. And you're still like, how fuck that happen? It sounds so.
You try and not be with your thoughts. It's easier not to deal with your thoughts
100%.
because then you start bringing up, there's all this negativity. Like, I'm coming off 3 losses. 3 losses. 2 losses. 2 losses. 2 losses. I'm coming back to back with 2 losses. And then you start thinking, like, was it this? And then you just start running through all these different, was it that? Did I not do this enough? And there's all this. And the worst thing is being by yourself and just being compass mentis. So you're like, fuck, I'll just drink.
It's, I remember doing after that last fight there, thinking like, oh, you got away with that. You know you didn't train as hard as you should have. You know you missed loads of sessions. You know you didn't. And then the other one is you're like, and you're fucking putting pictures of you on social media way out in Vegas, like you're training hard as fuck, and you're like, who you try to trick? Are you tricking yourself? You've no fucking, because you're talking to yourself, eh?
Right.
Like, you've no fucking tricked me. I know you didn't try as hard
The
as
worst thing
could
you
have.
can do is be with yourself.
And that's what fucks you. It's mad.
And then it's normally travelling. But this one's going to be different because we're going to get the victory. And then I'm going to meet up with Craig and we're going to go and party. We're going to have some gabagoo.
Whiskey.
Aye.
Copious.
Question 2 is from Matty. How quickly did you realise the regular 9-to-5 life wasn't for you? Was it fighting that helped you realise this? Feel like I'm much the same, can't seem to fit into the corporate world, but unsure where else to go.
That's difficult, isn't it?
No for me.
But what I know you have got, I was going to say, what happens if you've got a family who depend on you?
Aye. You have to just say to your, like, this is going to sound mad, but you just have to say to your missus, right, look, I'm going for this, and it fucking might not come off, right? So if you want to go now, because there's a good chance this will fuck up. So if you want to go, if you want to, go right now, but I have to do this, because otherwise I'll jump off a fucking bridge. That's how bad it was for me. I was like, I can't do this. I can't keep turning up to office jobs. I can't keep sitting with these fucking idiots. Like, that's how I felt. See, working with normal people, and I didn't mean normal, I mean people who are like, no, this company is your real career and we are going to build your life. You're no, mate. You're going to keep me for seeing my family. You're going to keep me for seeing my kids, and you're going to keep me for being fucking happy. And it takes a long time to work out how to make money without working for somebody. It took me a long time because I had never seen anyone do it before.
What about not making money and just cut your cloth accordingly?
100%.
You could get a job that you enjoy and don't take the big wage. So that would consist in not having a nice big fancy car.
Aye.
And who's the car for anyway? Like, why do you have a fancy car? You have it for everybody else.
Nobody could give a fuck. Or me personally, I couldn't give a fuck, mate.
So if you didn't have a job that required you to drive anywhere, could you survive in walking?
I would get
bike?
the bus, mate, or I would walk. Well, I probably wouldn't get a bus, but
so
I mean,
you don't
what
need
junkies
that.
on the bus?
How much shitey clothes do you have in your wardrobe?
Oh, mate, tons.
Like,
Tons.
could you get by with a couple of pairs of jeans, a couple of t-shirts?
Mate, you gave me these joggers and I bought this fucking top in the PI. Like, I couldn't get... I see cunts at liquid rooms on a Friday and Saturday night, and that's the thing. Like, I've basically only worked as a doorman for like 15 years. In between, I had like people like my dad and my missus like, oh, you need to get a real job. Like, I didn't fucking want a real job. I just want to stand about at pubs and nightclubs, fucking chatting shit to cunts, going to the gym during the day, and honestly, no giving a fuck. And it's went fine for me. I cannot complain at all. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. If I had to have an actual job that you had to turn up at and like, oh, you can't have your phone while you're at work, fuck off then. Like, oh, you can't go for your lunch until this time. No, I'm going now. Like, I can't comprehend. I had a job in the Tesco warehouse, right? And where you just did like the picking. And I mind the boy came up and was like, you were in the toilet there for 7 minutes. And I just went, fuck off, mate. Catch you later, eh? I was like, I'll no be back. I'm not being fucking pulled up about how long I'm in the toilet ripping the heat off it for. Do you know what I mean? I'm no fucking... Like, I can't comprehend these cunts who are just... The manager who's giving you shit, mate, he's no making much more money than you. He's not making any... He just thinks he's in charge because he's fucking called the manager and got $2,000 a year more than you. It's bullshit. It's just all a facade to trick you. Stop it. Do what you fucking want.
It's the possessions, I think, that...
It's going to work, mate. It's going to work anyway.
It's not even... Like, you can have a good existence without having a lot of shit. But then it's like...
And I know that's easy for us to say.
My kids need this.
Aye.
My partner needs this. I need to go to... You were at a wedding at the weekend with your partner. That's an expensive day out. You maybe need new clothes. She needs new clothes. And it's all these added things. And in the grand scheme of things, do you need new clothes? No, you don't. But does she need a new dress? No.
But you've got to chase your own thing as well. This is it. Like, you're going to have a shitty 9 to 5, right? At the start. But you have to be working on your own thing as well. And if that can reduce you, if you can just go down to say Monday to Thursday at your shitty job because your other thing starts to work, your own thing starts to work. And then you can go down to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because your own thing's starting to do well. Sooner or later, like, you maybe only have to go to your shit job 2 days a week. Like, I still have to go and do fucking things I didn't like doing with regards to work. It still has to be done. But I can bear it now because it's a very fucking limited number of hours. And I've no got somebody saying, you need to do this. I couldn't go back to somebody telling me what to do. No way.
Find something you enjoy.
You enjoy
you're good at.
And just fucking live your life, eh? Like, see, now I'm finding myself wanting to get a job again during the week because I've had too much free time. And I'm just like, oh, fucking hell, I'm sitting about all day here. What am I going to do? Mm-hmm. Like, but I couldn't go back to a job where you had to wear a uniform or they told you this is lunchtime and I know people are going to be sitting there like, oh, fuck you, it's easy for you to fucking say. It's easy for me to say now. I used to believe that as well. You can't just jump. You can just jump. And I know your missus is going to give you shit, but hey, if she doesn't want to back you up, tell her to fuck off and get one that will back you up.
That's how it's rolled. That's how you roll.
Like, mate, your wife must be ultra supportive, eh? You have to be.
But there was a point where she wasn't. There was a point where before I packed in being a teacher, she was like, no, we can't do this because society says we can't do it.
Aye, it's not her fault. She's brainwashed,
if you want a nice life, then you need to have 2 jobs, 2 incomes coming in. You need to have all the...
And how did you convince her?
I just went for it. I just was like, nah. I'm doing it.
I mean, my missus been like, so how I ended up setting up the security company was I had got sacked to my last job, right? So they phoned me up and they were like, oh, you're getting made redundant. And I was like, oh, fuck, when? And they were like, the morning. So I just left the shift and just went home, and they were phoning me. They were like, hey, why are you not at work? I was like, so I've got a fucking job tomorrow. Like, what difference does it make? I'm like, oh, I miss out on fucking 6 hours pay or something. Fuck yous. And my missus, she was like, Ross, this has happened like fucking 20 odd times now. You keep getting sick. I get sacked for every job I've ever had. Every job. I've never had a job and kept it. I get sacked for everything. And I was like, do you know what? Fuck this. I was like, and I just went on my phone, mate, registered with Company's House, cost fucking 12 quid, walked into liquid rooms and said, look, I'm just going to take over the security here.
That sounds like against the law.
Nah.
Definitely sounds like it's no
Nah,
legit.
the security industry is a bit different, but because you just stay that, eh? Somebody could do it to me.
So Matty, it's not as easy as just ditching your
no,
and putting your family in that.
But
situation.
be brave, Matty. Honestly,
Like,
be brave, mate.
Find something you're good at and do it. It could be fucking painting.
Who cares? So long as you're happy,
paintings.
mate.
So final question is from Stuart. If you could pick any British fighter to join higher level and train with every day, who would it be? And is there any chance of a leathered event in the future? Maybe a live show.
So we have spoke about a live show. Craig, Grant, Greg, all these guys in the background are working on it. There's a lot of moving parts to the live show. It's not as simple as just saying, we'll rock up here, but we've got a few ideas.
It will happen.
It will happen.
We were looking at doing it for our 100th episode of the Leathered Podcast, not open mat and all this kind of stuff, but we will provide something good. We don't just want to...
They will just turn up.
Aye. We will have something good. British fighter to join higher level, who I'd like to train with every day. You know, easy, it's Tom Aspinall.
Oh, 100%.
Why would you know?
100%.
Just having him
Nicest cunt ever as well.
Having him in the gym, right? It's going to be rough if you're under middleweight. It's going to be a rough day in the office, but you'll get used to it.
Yeah.
But somebody else, my weight, Andy Clamp, so he's light heavyweight, Cage Warriors champion. Great wrestler. I've grappled with him. A guy I believe that could help push me as much as I could push him. So there's a host of guys out there. Fabian Edwards as well. But no, double down on Tom Aspinall.
Aye, he's a great shout.
Who are you going for?
I'm agreeing with that. You can't no pick Tom Aspinall.
What about going for somebody wee, somebody you can just batter every day? Go on one of the wee fellies.
He's like a lassie who fights now. Yeah. I get smoked now, mate. I'm old. Getting hot with this on too. I don't know. I can't pick Tom Aspinall now. I'd go with...
Is this past or present? Does it specify?
I take Michael Bisping then, since we've both got one eye.
Aye, open up, because it's actually quite a compliment to the UK MMA that it's quite hard to pick.
Aye. Michael Bisping would be cool to train with.
Aye, it would be... What about Dan Hardy every day?
Aye.
Dan
I would end
Hardy.
up going pure fucking off my nut though.
But then just having somebody who's been there, done that, methodical like him, and could be your spirit guru.
Aye. My shaman, my witch doctor.
Aye, I'm going Dan Hardy.
Just on the subject of Bisping, I seen he was in getting neck operations.
I seen that.
Aye.
Aye, he was like thanking his wife and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yep. A rough few months.
Aye.
So he's hurt, like...
No, so he ended up with like a neck.
His
He ended
disc.
up with neck
There was
injury.
a
then.
disc as well.
And he got an operation. I think he was in a car accident in France.
Fucking hell.
He was
Recently?
aye, like when he was just there. He was in a car crash, like
He was in
bag-
a taxi.
a taxi, and he bump. Now, if you have been involved in an accident and you were not driving, you were maybe in a taxi, then G4 claims to get your back. They not only will support you if you've been in a non-fault accident in a car, they will also support you if you have been in an accident and you're not driving and it's a cab or a bus. And if you're looking to get in contact with them, Ross,
It's 01698 767 172 or notatfaultclaim.com.
or
You can get them on WhatsApp, link in our bio.
sorry, Michael, you are ineligible to do this because you're not in the UK. But non-fault accident, UK, G4's got your back.
Or send me a DM on Discord and I will give you 50 quid commission.
There you go.
Much do you get, like?
Free money.
No comment.
More like he gets going for good. So UK talent. What about somebody like Jack Shaw? Like there's a host of guys you'd love to share them that way.
Or who's like an up and comer? Who's the boy in the Contender who fucking knocked the guy out? You were over. Were you not over at that one?
Oh,
long-haired kid.
Mm-hmm. I don't know his name.
Fucking names went right out of my head. But you know who I mean?
Aye. I'm going either Dan Hardy for just his knowledge and just spiritual guidance, or Tom Aspinall just for being a fucking unit.
A big guy, eh?
We rolling? Guys, you want to join us on the Discord, then we're moving over to Patreon. Don't join us in the Discord. That's fucking...
I talk on the Discord, like.
Join us on the Patreon. We're just moving over, and as always, keep it high, keep it safe, and enjoy your Halloween.